Hey you all, guess who's back? Let me cut them. I'm about to do a love reading. Love is in the air when you do that pepper seed. Alright, y'all. So today I decided to pull out an Old Faithful, my African tarot deck. That's the tower on the cover, and that's what it looks like on the back. I haven't used these cards in a really long time, but I did go ahead and sage them first. So, and I knocked out the energy. It does come with a little book, so I may read from the book. But let's go and see what's going on with some loving. Alright. Spirit, please protect my energy as I read through this reading. Please share the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I'm not going to take those. And protect me with the highest white light. Thank you. Alright. Let's see how many cards come out. Okay. Well, it came up like that. So this is the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Thank you. Now I have at least two more cards. And this is what the card looks like. Five of Pentacles in reverse. What else do we have, Spirit? What else do we have? Ooh. These cards don't want to come out. I wonder if I need another deck. Like I said, I haven't used these in a long time, so maybe they're just not connecting. Okay, the Empress, but she came up in reverse too. So it fell out like this, and so that's interesting. That is interessant. All right. You know, the Empress represents all four queens: Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, and Queen of Cups. Oh goodness, that's too many cards. That's way too many cards. I'm gonna take those two, and I'm gonna take this one. Okay. So, the Fool in reverse. So, maybe you were being a little naive. Justice in reverse. This came out earlier. And the Knight of Cups in the upright. What you doing? Ace of Wands. I think that came out earlier too in the reverse. So, and then all of these came out. So, I don't know. That's the Three of Swords. In the upright, it typically represents heartbreak. Let's go ahead and see. So you have the Seven of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, the Sun, Two of Wands, Queen of Cups, Two of Cups in the reverse, Judgment, Page of Cups, Six of Cups, Knight of Wands in the reverse, King of Wands in the reverse, and Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. So those were the other cards, but again, I'm not going to look into all of those. Well, I do want to specifically do a love reading. I haven't done a love reading yet. Well, a specific love reading. Sometimes when I do the readings, of course, love comes up, but so let's see what the Five of Pentacles reversed means for love, specifically for love. Love, money. Okay. Love and relationships. In a love tarot reading, the Five of Pentacles reverse is a good omen to get. If you are in a relationship, it can indicate that you are overcoming previous struggles. So that's good. If you were having issues in your relationship, things are going to start to get better for you. So that's great. This can take the form of improving the relationship at a steady pace of making positive changes. If you're not in a relationship, this could potentially be someone that's coming towards you within the next couple months between now and January. That's what that's what I'm picking up on. And I think I said that the other day too, when I did the oracle reading, that between now and January, because the oracle cards give you a time frame. Because one of the cards says 6 to 12 months, but in terms of love, it seems like it's going to be between now and January. Okay, and that applies to some of y'all. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. Okay. Rummer. It can also mean making a decision to free yourself from a relationship that's no longer good for you. So I did say this as well in a reading. Some of you need to let go and release something that's not serving a good purpose in your life. So if that is someone that you are in a relationship with, now is the time to part ways before the new year comes in. So you have until now and first of the year to plan your exit strategy. Oh, my crown all twisted up. Okay. If your relationship initially caused a scandal, I don't know what y'all got going on. This card indicates that you should find people around you becoming more accepting of the relationship. Okay, so if you had like, well, maybe somebody accused you of being a home wrecker, um, you shouldn't be being with that person because of this person, or that person ain't good for you, all that outside chatter. If you've been listening to outside chatter, or if family or friends told you that you shouldn't be with a certain person, sometimes they don't understand how you feel, and sometimes it's envy and jealousy. So you have to be careful who you get information from. Two, if you're getting information from an ex or somebody that is interested in you, they're probably not giving you good advice because they're wanting you for themselves. Even if it's somebody that you were in a relationship with a long time ago, it doesn't matter. People can try to hate on you and sabotage because really they don't want to see you happy. So if you're going around saying, oh yeah, I met this person and this person is great and blah blah blah, they could potentially be hating on you and throwing salt in the game, to stop you from liking this person. So just be careful and mindful of that. But again, this is over for you. Because people are becoming more accepting of the relationship. If you are single, the Five of Pentacles reversed is a positive card to get in a love tarot spread, as it indicates that you are coming out the other side of a period of loneliness or feeling rejected. So you're now being accepted, and probably because if you've been working on yourself, loving on yourself, saying your affirmations, taking your spiritual baths, burning your sage, and doing your best to be a good person, that is clear now, and so the love is coming towards you. Love is in the air when you do the pepper seed. That's an old reggae song. That's not quite how it goes, but uh, I'm in that silly mood, so there you go. Um, you will be making positive changes in your life and feeling much more open to the romantic possibilities all around you. So, a lot of times people say, oh, I don't have nobody who wants me. And that's not true. A lot of times we do have a lot of people around us who are interested. We may not be interested in them in that same way, though, for whatever reason. We usually have our reasons. But now you're seeing that this is a good idea for you to be in a relationship and you're ready. So it's going to come towards you. You are ready to embrace a new relationship and take a chance on love. I just pretty much said that. This positive energy will attract others to you. So again, you've been working on yourself, and so now it's love. You got it. No, baby, I know. I don't know. Baby, I've been making plans for love. Baby, I've been making plans for you. Yeah. So somebody's making plans for you, baby. Somebody making plans for you, boo. This Empress in reverse, I'm not sure. Like I said, this is my first time doing specifically a love reading. So, Empress in reverse, I want to say that's, I don't know. Let's see what it says. I don't want to, because I normally just do the general energy readings, and again, not love specific. So I'm not sure what it's going to tell us about love. If you are single, the Empress reversed can indicate that you have many potential partners pursuing you, but you may not necessarily be putting out to the world the person you really are. So I know I went through that where I was quote unquote hiding, wearing baggy clothes or not doing my hair, putting hats on, not wearing earrings, because I didn't want to be seen, because I felt like I was attracting the wrong people, and I just wanted to work on myself so that I could stop attracting the wrong people. So you got to show up and show out, boo. Guys, you got to, you ain't got to be dressed with hard bottoms on, but at least put you some clean jeans on and a clean shirt. Get your hair cut or your locks twisted. If you bald, just go ahead and cut it off, baby. It's all right. Let it go. Women love men with bald heads, so it's okay for you to let it go and embrace your bald head and get it shaved off and cleaned up and, look good for the woman that you want or the partner that you want. Ladies, same thing. Go out and look pretty. Wear colors. Don't wear dark colors. Wear light colors so that you attract. Red is an attracting attention. If you live in California around a bunch of people in gangs, maybe that's not a good idea. But bright colors, yellows, greens, blues, reds, no black. Brown is okay, but it is kind of dark. You want some light colors so you're attracting the type of energy that you want to come towards you. Bright, light, bright. Just think light. Light attracts light. Okay. Don't try to be someone you're not just to gain other people's approval, especially when it comes to romantic relationships. So be yourself. A lot of times we introduce people to our representatives. Fuck that. Be who you are. So they can know what they getting when they getting it. You don't have to be fake. You don't have to be phony. You are enough. You are good enough. You are good enough for, whoever accepts you. If somebody doesn't want to be with you, you shouldn't want to be with that person either. Now, don't jump to conclusions, though, and assume that somebody doesn't want to be with you if you haven't had that conversation. That's a whole different story. Don't, sit there and churn around the thoughts in your head like, oh, she probably don't want me or he probably don't want me because of X, Y, and Z. And you probably don't even know what you're talking about because you never even said anything to the person. So don't jump to conclusions, but just be yourself. Be who you are. Be who you really are. If you are in a relationship, it can indicate that you are not expressing your true emotions and expressing them to try and keep your relationship in balance. That's not good. If something's bothering you, you need to say something. If you can't say it to the person, wait till they go to work and send a damn text message. But whatever is on your mind, you need to get it out. If you're in an abusive relationship, you need to plan your exit strategy. Because there's no need to be in an abusive relationship. You don't have to tolerate being abused by anyone, whether you have kids, whether they pay the bills. There's help out there, especially if you have kids. You can go to a shelter. I don't know if you have family or friends that you can stay with, but you can get out of that situation. You may have to plan for it, like I said. Come up with a strategy and execute your strategy, when the opportunity presents itself. You may not be able to bring all your worldly possessions, or you may be able to take them out slowly but surely, without the person realizing that some of the things are gone. Like, let's say, for example, pictures. If you have some pictures in a bin or in the basement or in the attic, or somewhere that is not like out in the open for the person to see, you may be able to move those to a different location. Get you a storage. Doesn't have to be a big storage, See if you can get you a little storage room, and start putting your stuff in storage. If you can't do it yourself, have somebody fake like the Amazon delivery driver, put an Amazon shirt on and come get your shit and take it to the storage for you. Yeah, so you might have to ask people for help with that. You may have to admit to family and friends that you're getting your ass beat. But if that's what you need to do to get help and get out of that situation, then that's what you need to do. Maybe your fear of rejection or a negative reaction if you are honest with your partner about how you feel. A lot of times we're afraid that the person's going to leave or get mad. So what? If the person leaves, they weren't meant for you anyway. But 9 out of 10, a lot of times we worry and we stress ourselves out about what's going to be said, and it usually doesn't even turn out the way we think it's going to turn out. A lot of times it turns out better than we thought. So all you have to do is speak up and be honest. It's okay to be honest. It really is. You need to take time to figure out why you are suppressing your emotions. This could be something from your childhood, so maybe you need some counseling or a life coach. I am a life coach, so if you need someone to talk to, I'm more than happy to book a session with you. We can do a 15-minute discovery session that is free, and you can figure out what's going on in your mind, your heart, and your soul, and why you're not wanting to speak up for yourself. But usually that's an indication that your throat chakra is closed. So again, these things can be figured out in a free discovery session. They're 15 minutes. Be mindful of becoming overbearing to those around you, as you may have this tendency at the moment. So don't overstay your welcome. Whether that's with a person, in a place, or doing a thing. Basically, don't overstay your welcome. It is simply a symptom of the insecurities you are feeling inside. Yeah, it's all about you, boo. It don't have anything to do with anybody else. If you're not speaking up for yourself, or you're allowing someone to run over you, you're not using your masculine side. We all have a balance of masculine and feminine energy, and our masculine side is the left side of our body, and our feminine side is the right side of our body. So if you're having any type of pain, like I was, well, I shouldn't say was, but for the most part, my leg hasn't been hurting. My back has still been hurting. I am getting better, but I'm still not back to 100%. But one of the things that was going on is I wasn't speaking up for myself. So that does cause pain. And really the root of it is emotional. The doctors couldn't even figure out what was wrong. I just pretty much stopped going because I didn't want to be poked and prodded on anymore. But like I said, usually left side pain represents you not speaking up for yourself. The pain in my back represents me feeling unsupported, which I did feel very unsupported in the position that I was in. So, So you have to shift your focus back to yourself. Remember, practicing self-love, self-care, those spiritual baths, burning your sage, saying your affirmations. I keep saying the same things over and over again because it all pretty much circles back around to you need to take care of yourself. You need to learn how to tell people no sometimes. You need to set boundaries, and if people cross your boundaries, you may need to remove them from your life, even if it's family or friends that you've known for a really long time. Trust your intuition and let it guide you back to the beautiful, confident, and inspiring person you were born to be. I often say that when I started doing my spiritual work, I feel like it has put me back on a journey to who I was meant to be before anything tragic or traumatic ever happened to me. So, there is that. All right, let's see what the Fool is talking about. And he is in reverse. And that's what it looks like in this deck. Did I show y'all the Empress? That's the Empress in reverse in this deck. And that's your Fool. So let's see what the Fool in reverse for our love reading means. It indicates that your pursuit of adventure may be holding you back from having the kind of love you really want or causing uncertainty in your current relationship. So, you know that the Fool sets out on a journey. The whole tarot deck is basically about the Fool and his journey and all the people who he comes in contact along the way. The experience he has during that journey is basically the alchemist, the Jesus story, any type of coming of age, young man venturing out on his own, or young woman venturing out on your own, kind of being naive, you know, and just wanting to kind of have fun. So whatever you have going on, I don't know if you like to travel or you just like to do things that your spouse does not do. Maybe your spouse is a homebody. Maybe you like to go to the club. Whatever it is, it's either causing uncertainty or it's holding you back. So you're standing in your own way. Your relationship may be exciting, but may involve some risky behavior. So again, I'm not sure what you're doing. If y'all are having threesomes and involving other people, you know, that could be so many different things. You know, if you are having unprotected sex with multiple people, and if that's your idea of adventure or fun, maybe you should just decide to use protection. Just so that everybody's safe, you don't bring anybody anything and nobody brings you anything. Be warned, this could lead to feelings of insecurity and may leave your relationship on a shaky ground. Again, if you're in a relationship, whoever you're with probably doesn't like your behavior. So if you want to stay in that relationship with that person, maybe there's some things you need to reconsider. And that's that. So now we have Justice in the reverse. For love, baby, I've been making plans for you, yeah. Baby, I've been making plans. Okay, if you are in a relationship, Justice reverse can be a strong indicator of being caught out in a deception or cheating. So if this is not you, this may be your spouse. So either you just caught your spouse or your spouse just caught you. Or there's the potential of being caught. Even if that person hasn't said anything to you, they may actually know that something's going on with you and someone else. Or you may know that your person has something going on with somebody else. Again, whether you've acknowledged that to that person or not, that's another story. So if you have been cheating on your partner or lying to them, expect big repercussions. Karma always comes back around. You reap what you sow. What's in the dark always comes to light. You could have been getting away with it for 20 years. And on that 21st year, you got caught out there. So a lot of times people think that they're never going to get caught because they've been getting away with it for so long. But again, what is in the dark always comes to the light. You may also find that any arguments between you and your partner seem endless with this major arcana trump card in your reading. It can also be a sign that you feel you are not being treated fairly or as an equal in the relationship. Before you go casting judgments on your partner, examine your own role in the relationship and ask yourself if you are being fair by apportioning the blame to your partner. So, again, you have to stand up for yourself. Are you allowing someone to cross your boundaries and you're not speaking up for yourself? Um, and then you're getting mad at that person because you're not saying anything? Or are you doing the same thing but think that that other person is not supposed to do the same thing? You have to be fair. There has to be balance. So you can't do something and expect your partner not to do it. Even with your kids, a lot of times people say, oh, well, I'm grown, do as I say and not as I do. No, your kids are going to do what the fuck you've been doing, even if they don't do it in your face. So you can't expect somebody to just bow down to you and you do whatever you want to do. It doesn't work like that. But again, if this is something that you're allowing to happen, you need to speak up. If you assess your relationship issues and feel you are blameless, you should still try to learn from the situation. So anything that you go through, always ask yourself, what did I learn from it? A lot of times we don't like to accept responsibility and be accountable for what we have done. So is this real or is this unrealistic? Because, sometimes we'll say, oh, well, I didn't do anything. But then when you dig a little deeper, again, there was some behavior, even if it was you just accepted this from this person. Like if somebody cheats on you and you don't leave, and then they cheat on you again, and all you do is fuss and complain, you haven't really forgiven that person and y'all haven't moved past it. So that is partially your responsibility. That's just an example. Don't shoot the messenger. um, Remember, we teach people how to treat us. Again, that pretty much confirms what I just said. What did you allow to happen? And what we put up with, we end up with. So I pretty much just said the same thing. If you are allowing someone to do something, and the example that I use is cheat. So someone cheats on you, you fuss, you get mad, you're in unforgiveness. Every time something happens or every time they go somewhere, you trying to control them, instead of maybe getting some counseling or leaving, or at least really forgiving this person. Because once you forgive somebody, you never bring it up again. If you keep bringing it up again, you haven't forgiven that person. And that's on you, not the person who cheated on you. Because you have to take the step. Either you forgive them and accept that this person is potentially a cheater, or you leave the relationship alone. But to stay with someone and fuss and complain because they cheated on you, no bueno. No bueno. That's not good. You're doing that to yourself now. Because you had the choice. And a lot of times people are afraid to be alone and all of these different things. You should be afraid of not putting yourself first. You should be more afraid of that. You should be more afraid of always walking around being angry, aggravated, worried, stressed out that somebody's cheating on you. Because that's not loving yourself. That's not a good example of self-love. And the solution is not, oh, well, this person cheated, so I'm going to cheat back. That's not really the answer, too, because that really deep down doesn't make you feel better. If you are single, Justice Reverse can indicate that while you may feel you are ready for the relationship you deserve, you have still not learned the lessons from your past relationships that are necessary for you to move forward and avoid repeating the same mistakes. It can also indicate that you tend to lack balance in relationships, and this may be causing your relationship to flounder. We all get caught up in the initial excitement of new love, but be careful not to lose yourself completely. Um, when we first meet somebody and the love is new, sometimes we want to spend all of our time with them, or talk to them all the time, or whatever that looks like. Sometimes you still have to have your own life. If you're one of those people who is, when you get in a relationship with somebody you just cut all your friends and family off, it's probably not a good idea for you to do that. You should still have a life outside of your relationship. And you should not just put all your eggs in one basket, especially if you're not married to this person. Because that's how we end up disappointed. We put all our time and attention into this person, and then if something goes wrong, we have an attitude. But if you still have a life with your friends, you should not be worried about what that person is or is not doing. If you are the right person, they are going to be by you, want to be with you. But sometimes it's okay to not. And old people used to say this all the time. Don't always be available. And this is mainly for my ladies. You don't always have to be available. You should have a life. Even if that life is just you going to the nail salon to get a pedicure. Even if that life is you're reading a book and you turn your ringer off so you can read a chapter of your book. And then maybe once you finish reading that chapter, you look at your phone, oh, I have a missed call. And then you call the person back. But you should not drop everything for anybody, especially someone you're not married to. Now, you will show up more if you're married to this person, but even then, you should still have a life. You should still hang out with your friends or do something. When you are too clingy, too needy, it's really a codependent relationship. Some people are fine with their codependent relationship, but at the same time, sometimes you just need some me time. How can you do your affirmations and take your spiritual bath if somebody's always right here? You can't do anything. Give yourself some space sometimes. Doesn't have to be all the time. If y'all spend 90% of the time together, cool. But give yourself some me time. And don't just cut everybody off and all you want to do is talk to this person and hang out with this person. Because you're so scared that they're going to do something with somebody else if you don't show up and do what they want you to do. No, you have to still have a life and still have balance. And sometimes if a person considers you to be needy, sometimes that's one of the reasons why they don't want to be there. Because you don't know how to entertain yourself. So that's sometimes the reason why the relationships don't work out and why you maybe feel mistreated in a relationship. It's too much for some people. If it's not for your partner, then that's fine, but sometimes it's too much. Try to maintain a balance between your love life and your own independent life when you meet someone. I pretty much just said that. It will give your relationship the space they need to grow. Usually when you don't want to be, when you're not so caught up into one person and want to spend every waking hour with them, usually that makes them miss you and want to be with you more. If the person is going to cheat, they're going to cheat regardless. So still live your life and do what you need to do. Have a life outside of that relationship. Just be careful not to lose yourself completely. I think that part is important. You get caught up in the initial excitement of new love, but be careful not to lose yourself completely. If you have treated past partners badly, justice reverse can be a sign that you may be suffering the consequences of your actions. So, again, karma always comes back around. I don't care if it's 20, 30, 40, 50 years later. It always comes back around. What goes around comes back around, my baby. What goes around comes back around. So now we have the Knight of Cups, and he is in reverse. No, I'm sorry. The Knight of Cups is in the upright. All right. And that's what he looks like on that elephant. Holding that cup up high with the crown on. He coming towards you, boo. That abundance and prosperity in the background with the mountains. Is that a mountain or is that a tent? Or a mound? Well, let's see what it says. Okay. Whether you are single or in a relationship, the Knight of Cups is a great omen to get in a love reading. If you are single, the Knight of Cups can indicate that you are about to be swept off your feet. I told you between now and January, boo, it's coming. Alternatively, if you are single and interested in someone, it tells you to bite the bullet now and ask them out. So have that courage and strength. Like I said, put you some clean jeans on and a shirt, and get your hair cut or get your locks twisted, whatever you got going on. Pick out your fro, and ask her out. Or if you're a lady and you don't mind asking men out, you know, call them up or shoot them a text and say, "Oh, would you like to take me out?" That's how you do that. It is a strong indicator that now is the time to take the suggestion of the Page of Cups to follow your heart and go with it. The Knight of Cups can also indicate charm, attraction, and affection will be part of your dating future. If you are in a relationship, the Knight of Cups can signify romantic proposals, marriage, or an offer of a deeper commitment. So if you've been dating someone casually, they may ask you to be in a relationship with them. If you've been dating someone for a while, dun 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 dun. Again, between now and January, you may be getting a proposal, maybe for Christmas. Or if your birthday is between now and the end of the year, maybe you'll get a good birthday present. If you don't celebrate holidays, maybe it'll just be a gift giving day gift. But good things are coming, boo. It can also indicate that you and your partner or potential partner are it says are and is. You or your potential partner are emotional, romantic, caring, and gentle. So, okay, whoever this person is, this is male or female energy. This person is going to be kind, caring, gentle, and romantic. So anything that you dealt with in the past that didn't serve a good purpose, that's about to change. And you're going to have that good partner that you've been asking the universe for. It is a card of sensitivity, attraction, love, and affection. There is definitely good romantic news coming your way when this minor arcana card appears in your reading. Whoop, whoop, hello over that. Okay, maybe that wasn't the appropriate song. No? Okay, we won't sing that one. But I like that one. Whoop, whoop, hello over that too. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Okay, Ace of Wands came up in the reverse. So let's see. What goes around comes back around, my baby. If you are in a relationship, the Ace of Wands reverse can represent setbacks, delays, and lack of progress. It can be an indication that your relationship has become boring or predictable, and you may need to put some effort in to inject some fun into it. So on the one hand, maybe you're adventurous, or maybe this is your partner. So maybe one card was you and the other card was your partner. Like I said, maybe you're the outgoing socialite and the other person is the loner and the homebody who doesn't like people or just doesn't like to go out much. So you may have to spice things up. Instead of going out, if you would normally go to the club, get dressed for your man or your woman and, set the table, have some dinner, get, put on a movie, have some popcorn, but do it like you're actually going out. Maybe do something freaky like have sex outside, go to the beach, you know, book a hotel room with a jacuzzi or something, and have you a happy ending. I don't know. Whatever you need to do to spice things up. It can also indicate that your sex life may have hit a big slump, as it can signify lack of passion or spark. So basically, that's what I just got finished saying. You may need to do something a little different. Go have sex outside, the beach, book a hotel room if you can. Um, get dressed as if you're, going out, but you're staying in. You're having dinner, a movie, popcorn. And if you're a woman, maybe you put a dress on and you don't have no drawers on underneath. Um, if you're a guy, maybe you sit at the dinner table with your, maybe you put a shirt on, but just leave it unbuttoned so she can see all of that you got going on, boo. I don't know. But whatever you need to do, if you're the type of woman who doesn't go down on your man, maybe you need to go down on your man. If you're the type of man that doesn't go down on your woman, maybe you need to try that. Just do something different to spice things up and make that person feel wanted and needed. I want to be loved, needed, depended on to give the love I can give when you're gone. When you're gone, I just don't wanna be lonely. I don't know what made that one pop up in my head, but make that person feel like you really love them and appreciate them and want them to be there and enjoy the sex with them, and like I said, spice things up a little bit. Put a little mini skirt on it with no drawers. Say, hey, boo. um, if you are single, this card can represent being dates. Dates being canceled or being stood up, so it's not a great omen. It can also signify being too intense with dates to the point of scaring them away. If that sounds like you, dial it down a little. So if you're going out on dates, especially for you ladies, well, guys too, if you're, as soon as you go out on the first date, you talking about, oh, I want to get married and have kids. Yeah, you might scare him away. And this applies to both men and women. If you sit there complaining about your ex the whole time and talking about what she did and how she's this, that, and the other, yeah, that's a turn off. First of all, nobody wants to sit there and listen to you talk about your ex the whole time. Because if you need to talk about that, you need to go be with her. If you need to talk about her that much. We not on no date so you can talk about who you was with before we started dating. No, that's not how that works. Nobody want to hear that. It can also indicate that you are not showing enough energy or enthusiasm with dealing with potential partners and are coming across as apathetic or disinterested. Get in the game and show them your fun side. So, this is probably, I'm going to talk to the ladies on this one. Like when you're out on a date with a guy or interested in a guy, sometimes just touch his hand. You don't have to get freaky, but men like touch. They love touch. You don't have to have sex with him if you're not ready. I'm not saying that. But even if you go out to dinner, sit next to him. If you're in a booth, sit right next to him in the booth. Have some type of closeness or connection so that he knows, okay, this person actually does like me. If he brings up sex and you're not ready to have sex, just be coy and play, be playful with it and make a joke about it. Don't get an attitude and assume that he just wants sex. No, men usually want a connection. They want to know that you're interested in them. Even if you're not going to give them the booty tonight, they at least want to know that they have the potential to get the booty. And that's just the reality of the situation. So, Maybe that doesn't apply to all men, but it applies to most of the ones that I know. So they just want you to show them that you're interested. So if you like, a little standoffish and keep it to yourself, he may think that you're not interested, and that may be one of the reasons why, if you're dating, they move on pretty quickly after the first or second date because they don't feel like you like them. And of course, you don't know whether or not you like this person, but if the conversation is good, and maybe you've went out once or twice, or talked a few times, like I said, and you're sitting in the booth, get up and sit next to him. Say, "Oh, I wanted to show you something on social media," and lean into him. That's another good thing you can do. Lean into him and, you know hey, you know did you enjoy your dinner? Ooh, yeah, it looked like it was really good. And be a little flirtatious and fun. Don't 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 sit there like you got a chastity belt. Clink clink. I don't want you to say nothing to me wrong. As soon as you say something wrong, I'ma snap. Yeah, no, that's not. People can pick up on vibes like that, so that's not what you want to do, especially not on a date with somebody new that you're interested in and that's potentially interested in you. That is not what you want to do, boo. You want to appear to be open. Again, don't be fake though. And if this is not something that you would normally do, then maybe you need to practice it. Men like compliments too. Men have feelings too. So keep those things in mind. I don't know why some women think men don't have feelings, but they do. If you ask me, they're more sensitive, but that's a whole nother topic. Okay. Okay, Three of Swords in the reverse. And that was the last card we got for this love reading. So let me go ahead and read that. Excuse me. If you are in a relationship, the Three of Swords reverse can indicate that you are moving into a period of reconciliation or forgiveness in a relationship. So whatever you had going on, it's going to resolve itself. And that's pretty much how we started out the reading. Everything is going to be fine. Just fine, fine, fine. Ooh. You are ready to let go of the pain or heartache your relationship caused you in the past and to forgive and move forward. So that's beautiful. That's good. That's really good. The lines of communication are once again open, and your relationship has a good chance of progressing as you release the pain you have been carrying. And remember, I used the cheating as an example. So yeah, you really have to forgive so you can move on in peace and not pieces. It can also, in some cases, indicate reconciliation after a breakup. So if you broke up, y'all got into it, and it really wasn't that serious, maybe you'll be getting back together. So that's good. Alternatively, the Three of Swords reverse can indicate that you are holding on to grief, sorrow, or pain and unwilling to let them go. Your partner may have betrayed or hurt you in the past, and you are continuing to focus on this and feel unable to forgive them. If this is the case, you need to ask yourself, is there any point in continuing the relationship? Your relationship will not be able to grow while you are holding on to past indiscretions. This doesn't mean you pretend that it never happened, but you can't keep using it as an emotional stick to beat your partner with, even if they did cause pain and sorrow in your life. Earlier I did use cheating as an example. So if you're holding on to something that your partner did and you haven't forgiven, this is not a good sign. So again, you need to ask yourself, what lesson did I learn from this, and do I really need to be in this relationship? You need to figure out if you can draw a line under the past and move forward together. If you can't, it may be time to let them go so you can both move on to something healthier. We want happy, healthy relationships, joyous, healthy relationships, harmonious, tranquil, serene relationships. If you are single, the Three of Swords reverse can indicate healing from a breakup, separation, or divorce. So if you recently just let somebody go, and got rid of somebody who was not serving a good purpose in your life, um, it does hurt sometimes. Or at least it just makes us feel some kind of way. So those feelings will start to change for you, and things will start to get better. Um, and you'll be open and ready to move on to the next one. On to the next one. On to the next one. Breeze. Eee. Somebody bring me back somebody, please. Okay. It can also indicate that you are coming out of a period of feeling lonely and isolated and are feeling much more optimistic about your future relationship prospects. Alternatively, the Three of Swords reverse can indicate an extreme level of holding on to sorrow after a bitter breakup, divorce, or loss of a loved one. You got to work on your healing. Again, if you need to see a counselor or a life coach, then that's a good idea so that you can work past those feelings. But of course, your spiritual baths, your meditation, your sage, your affirmations, all of those things will help as well. There is no doubt that what you have been through has devastated you. At the same time, so we're acknowledging that. Again, I said, these things do hurt, especially if you've lost a loved one, if your loved one transitioned, um, and especially if you were with that person for a long time. It hurts, and sometimes it takes you a while to move on, but healing yourself and move on is the best option because you're still here and your life still continues, and we all need love in our life. That's actually one of the basic needs. And a lot of times people say, "Oh, I don't need no man or I don't need no woman." That's a bunch of bull, because we all need love. Now, you may not have liked the loves that you had in the past, but that's just a matter of choosing better and not allowing people to stay longer than they need to if they don't serve a good purpose in your life. Learning how the best practice of self-love is learning to walk away sooner than later. Do not ignore the red flags and non-negotiables. Usually after the first conversation or two, you know whether or not this person is right for you. But if you ignored, "Oh yeah, he blacked his girlfriend's eye, but it's okay." No, that's not good. Especially if that person never got any type of counseling or help for that issue, because that's an issue. And a lot of times people will feel like, "Oh well, he did that to her, but he's not gonna do that to me," or "She did that to him, and she's not gonna do that to me." No, that if somebody shows you who they are, believe them the first time. If they did it to somebody else, they have the potential to do it to you. Now you teach people how to treat you, so you don't have to accept it. If a behavior that you don't accept happens, you need to address it right then and there. And say, "Yeah, bruh, sis, I ain't like that." Even if you meet somebody, and I'm not trying to be funny. Let's say that person has a hygiene issue. As soon as you find out, you're supposed to say something. Maybe I sometimes I use this as an example. I had someone in my life who something was going on orally, and so I said, "I think you may need to go to the dentist because I think you may have a rotten tooth in your mouth," or I'm pretty sure I said that, or a bad tooth or something like that. I said, and the person immediately went and took care of it. But if you don't say anything, especially for men, if there's something about him that you don't like and you don't say something up front, they assume that you're okay with it and that you accept it. Because men want you to accept them for who they are, the way that they are, because they usually don't change. And so if you don't accept him for who he is, the way that he is, you need to say something. And if it's too much for you to tolerate, then you need to walk away. But again, don't block your blessings. Like, say, for example, if you don't like the kind of shoes that he's wearing, you could say, oh, um, let's go shopping so I can help you pick out some cute shoes for when we go out on a date, or something along those lines. And then you can help him pick out a pair of shoes that you like. Or you could say, oh, I would love to see you in, these kind of shoes. Have you ever had a pair of those? Or, some Stacy Adams. Let's just use that as an example. Oh, I love men who wear hard bottom shoes. Have you ever worn Stacy Adams? And he may say, yay, no, whatever the case may be. Oh, well, I would love to see you in a pair of Stacy Adams the next time we go out on a date. I bet you he'd go out and buy a pair of Stacy Adams. If it's in the budget, he gonna get them shoes. Trust me. If it's not in the budget, that's a whole different conversation. But you have to know what you're dealing with. But usually, if you tell a guy you like something or want something, and especially if you haven't had sex yet, they be right on it. Because they want to make you happy. Because they want to get what they want too. Oh, I want her to like me. I want her to be attracted to me. Oh, if I get me some Stacy Adams, that's going to make her more attractive? Bet. It's as simple as that. But a lot of times we hold back and don't say anything and then complain to friends or family or laugh at him behind his back. No, that's not what you do. You say something up front. Yeah, holding on to the pain is not going to make you feel better if you have lost someone, whether it's divorce, breakup, or whatever that looks like. Again, you need to heal. You may need to consider seeking help from a healer or professional counselor to help you start the healing process. All right, y'all, that's all I got. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you'd like to see more. Later.